This is all about loving yourself. It's knowing your value. It's knowing your worth. And it's also loving the best version of your person too. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. Today I'm inspired to talk about how important it is from my perspective. It's just my opinion, just based off of my own personal experience, as well as what I see clients go through, whether they're going through leveraging the law of assumption and it's working in their favor or if it's working against them. So it's kind of like a public service announcement. It's not only based on one person, it's based on a number of things that I've observed just in the time of coaching. And a couple things came up relatively recently. It's just wanting to help you guys. That's all. So don't shoot the messenger. I'm just sharing information. I believe it's of some value. The specific thing I want to talk about is when you're doing your inner work, whatever that is that you're choosing to do, and then you're inspired or guided to, say or do something, to go somewhere, and then something happens and you either see, hear, or you're told the exact opposite of what it is that you want. We're going to be talking from the perspective of specific person and whatever else I'm kind of inspired to talk about. When the opposite shows up and then you guys are completely deflated and you want to give up, this is the exact moment. It's the moment that you've been doing the inner work for. So you've learned about Neville Goddard, you learned a little bit of law of assumption, you've learned these catchphrases, you've watched some SP content. And this could be something that you just learned about a few months ago, or this could be even be years that you've been doing this. But the law of assumption is so specific and it's so point blank and black and white that when you mix other modalities with it, or when you're doing it kind of part-time in and out, the mix of that can actually be incredibly draining and toxic. Somebody will be doing techniques. They might be choosing to do scripting or looping affirmations or robotic affirmations or inner conversations, visual acts, but then technically they are not actually maintaining faith throughout the day. So they do their inner work in the morning, whether they choose to do it, you don't have to do anything more than 10 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. If you choose to do it longer, you can, but you shouldn't be actually doing too much. To me, less is more. So some time in the morning, some time in the middle of the afternoon, if you're able to, and some time before you go to sleep. But maintaining the mental diet is one of the most important parts. And this is actually where a lot of people who end up feeling toxic and drained and wanting to give up, especially when the 3D shows the opposite, this is where people end up. They end up losing faith in themselves and they lose trust in the process. So before I get further into this, if you love me, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow and I appreciate you for that. If you want me to be your coach to help you manifest your SP back or a change, email a short description to kim@coreunion.com. You can go to the website, coreunion.com, book whatever you want. And then my scheduling assistant, Olga, will get back to you as soon as possible. When you are doing your inner work and then throughout the day, you're not maintaining that, meaning you're still giving in to temptations. You're kind of seeking evidence in your reality. You're waiting for something to change in your reality. You might be just constantly like you did your inner work, but you're not trusting yourself or your inner work. So then you keep watching more and more SP content. And I'm talking about the clickbaity content. You watch it because you don't trust that your inner work is working. So you're watching it thinking, I am not doing this good enough. It's not working because I'm not seeing evidence. So I must be missing something. When you're watching SP content, going down those SP rabbit holes, from that energy, you are eroding your own trust. And this is one of the things that will cause you not to trust in the process or trust in yourself. So this should be considered to be kind of something that you stop doing. I'm not saying that you don't watch videos that inspire you, but maybe pick one or two content creators that you trust and watch their videos just for inspiration. But go back to the original text of Neville Goddard specifically. The other thing that I see happening, and no shade, when I say what I'm about to say, I want to be super crystal clear. I have clients who have YouTube channels where they discuss astrology, where they read tarot, all of that stuff. So I'm not throwing shade at that, but even they know, if it is somebody who really knows what they're doing, they understand too that they are simply just reflecting your current energy, your current state. But if you are in a place where you're kind of edgy and you're not in trust, and then you go seek outside of you again to listen to all of these things, and then if it says something that goes against what it is that you want, that causes a spiral. So stop doing that. You don't have to change your person's mind. You are choosing yourself, and you're choosing the version of reality where you and your person love each other deeply. So you are essentially choosing the version of your specific person that uses all of their power, all of their energy to come towards you. You are choosing a version of them who is deeply in love with you, who is fully committed to you, who is strong and secure, and knows your value and knows their value, and knows that you're good enough and knows that they're good enough. That's what you are choosing. Well, but they said this, they said that, they said this. It's the old story. It's the old manifestation. So if you're doing inner work and you're finding yourself, when you're throughout the day, you're not actually maintaining a mental diet, you need to be honest with yourself, because you cannot lie. This is something you can't lie to me. I've had clients, and no shade, I'm saying this as a public service announcement again to help you guys. I have had clients that when we did work together, each session that we had together, they weren't letting go of this thing that I'm talking about. They were a lot of seeking evidence, a lot of maintaining the old story, a lot of fear-based stuff, and not going 100% all in. So then fast forward, after getting a dose of the opposite in the 3D and seeing evidence of exactly what they were fearful of, well, that was the moment for you to see it and let it go, and then go back in your end. And yes, if you're triggered and hurt in those moments, you give yourself love, you cry, you express it, you get out of your system, but you detach it and you disassociate the pain from your person. And then you mirror the emotion, not attached to them anymore. You mirror the emotion of not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough, being banded or being rejected. So anyway, then when they reach out to me months later after they had not, they listened to their inspired action, which was coming from a place of fear, and then they got the evidence of exactly what they didn't want. Instead of recognizing that as a manifestation, they're giving all of their power to their reality, to the 3D, to their old story. And then months later, if they reach out to me and they say something to the effect of, I don't know what else to do. I thought I gave up, but I am still deeply in love with them. I know that they're my person. I can't let go. I feel it deep down in my heart and soul. But this and that happened when I was doing everything right. And then from my perspective, I have to gently say, as gently as I possibly can, who you can't lie to yourself. You're right now, you're saying something to me that I know isn't true because I was there. So these are things that I just want to bring to you guys your attention. And I'm saying this out of love because I want to see you guys manifest everything that you want. And I know that you can have anything and everything that you feel down in your heart and soul. You can, but you're the one who has to go in a deeper, you have to trust this more. You have to trust yourself more and not do these other 3D habits that's pulling you out of your faith and trust. And I promise you, if you do this, you will have a transformation. And when you have a transformation truly and you change, your reality has to change too. It's the way it is. It's that simple. Technically, you got to be honest with yourself. If you were doing these other 3D habitual things, and I didn't list them all in the video today because you guys know, you know exactly the things that you shouldn't be doing. Control yourself. I promise you, you can do this. You can do this. I believe in you guys. I see the transformation in this community. I can see so many of you guys have been back together with your SPs or mirror souls. I have clients who are now living together with their person, or they're just back in communication, or they're engaged, or they're getting married at the end of this month, I believe. If they can do it, you can do it too, but don't lie to yourself anymore, okay? Please don't lie to yourself. Just be honest with yourself. And if you need someone to support you through the process, obviously you can reach out for me and I can help you with this. Okay. This is all about loving yourself. It's knowing your value. It's knowing your worth. And it's also loving the best version of your person too, and seeing their value and seeing their worth and seeing the version of them who loves you and knows your value and worth. Okay. You kind of have to do this in a healthy way that's not going to drain you. That would be maintaining a healthy mental diet. And for those of you guys who are watching channels who are saying you don't need to do inner work, well, then, I'm still here to support you guys too. Please do affirm down below that you are going to remain in trust and faith of yourself and in the process, and reach out to me if you need me. I love you so much. Have an amazing day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.